Hello learner, in this video we will discuss about numbers, casting, string and boolean. So the numbers are three types: integer, float and complex in Python programming. Now we will discuss about one by one. So we will discuss first integer, then float and after then complex. So what is the integer? Integer is a whole number that can be positive or that can be negative also without decimal of unlimited length. Okay, here you can see I have written here, I have assigned the value 3 here. A in 5, B minus 5 and C is long length. So if I print here you can see all these three integer, positive integer, negative integer and this long length integer. And if you want to know the type, you can type here type A. You can see here it show me this is integer type. Next is float. So what is the floating point number or float value? So float also we can positive and it can be negative also, but it contains the decimal point. So how it will show? So x is equal to, right now you can see here x is float data type and y is integer data type. If I write here 45.7 decimal 7, it will show you float. So it means any numerical value who has decimal number is it float value, and any numerical value who have the imaginary part, so that called is complex numbers. So let's look at now on complex number. So a is equal to 54 plus 5j and b is equal to 5j and c is equal to 45 minus 67 plus 7j. And now look at the type. You can see all these A, B, C, all three is complex numbers because it has imaginary part with numerical part. That's why it is complex numbers. Here what is it type casting or casting? For example, if I am assigning the value in any variable and I am writing here the data type together, then it is called casting. So here I have assigned the value 54, and if I will write here integer 54, it is 54. But now if I want to see the type, what is the type of this variable? It is integer. And if I want to change this integer data type into float, what I will write here? I will write here only float, and it is showing me now float. And if I want to change it in complex, you can change also in complex number. Here you can see also complex. You can see here 54 plus 0j. Because I have assigned the value, assigned the numerical part only 54, and I have written here, I have put here complex, that I have made type casting of this variable in complex. That's why it is showing me as output 54 plus 0j. Here I have assigned the value x is equal to integer 3.9. 3.9 is a float number, but I have changed here integer, and this 10 is a string. You can change your data type from integer to float, float to complex, and complex to integer. This is called type casting. That means you are changing the data type's nature. Now let's look at one more exercise here. So here you can see I have put here integer value 100 and it changed in string value, and 3.14 also is a numerical value. So what it will print here, if I will now print, when I assign the value, I have changed the data type already for x and for y also. Right now you can see x and y both are string. Here I am taking the boolean value. So what is the boolean value? Boolean value is it works on binary system. It gives you a result as a true or false. That is the boolean value. Boolean system. So here I have assigned two value. A is equal to true, B is equal to false. And if I want to know the type, what is the type of this variable? If I want to know the variable type, you can use the type method. So I have used here type method, and now you can see bool. This data type is boolean. But what I want to do, I want to change it as a string. So I will write here only string, and now I want to see. You can see here the data type is showing me in result string. I have passed the value in variable boolean value, but it gives me a result string. Why it is giving me string? Because I have changed the data type here. I have put here string, that's why it gives me output result string. We will learn about numbers, casting, string, and boolean. So numbers are three types: float, complex, and integer. Casting. What is casting? If you change one data type into another data type, that is casting. And different form of string and boolean, how you can change your data type from one data type to another data type.